Welcome to The Wire. We'll brief the local and international news of the week so that you can be more informed during your busy schedule. On Wednesday, November 9th, Penn State's president Graham Spanier and head coach Joe Paterno were fired after the exposure of assistant coach Jerry Sandusky's sexual abuse of minors in Penn State's facilities. A graduate assistant of the football team had alerted administrators of the college in 2002. He said he saw Sandusky sodomizing a boy of about 10 years old in the locker room. Paterno and Spanier claimed they weren't aware of the severity of the matter. On Thursday, November 10th, NASA announced the launch of Curiosity. Curiosity is NASA's newest Mars land rover. It will launch on November 25th at 10:25 a.m. from Florida's Cape Canaveral Air Force Station and will be used to investigate Mars for habitable life. Curiosity will collect data on the soil and rock content of the planet, testing the environment's sustainability. On Friday, November 11th, Major League Baseball player Wilson Ramos was found alive after being kidnapped and reported missing 2 days earlier. 3 kidnappers seized him at gunpoint outside of his home and forced him into an SUV. The kidnappers were linked to paramilitary groups in Venezuela. Venezuelan state TV reported Ramos to be healthy and unharmed. And now for Namrata's report on Conrad Murray's conviction.
This week, the media erupted in a frenzy as a verdict in the Dr. Conrad Murray trial was finally announced. This past Monday, Michael Jackson fans cheered outside the Criminal Justice Building in downtown Los Angeles as the guilty verdict was handed down to Jackson's former doctor. But the topic of great debate concerns his lean 2 to 4 year sentence. Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. According to the State Penal Code Section 19, Murray faces a maximum sentence of 4 years in prison and a minimum sentence of probation. According to the state, involuntary manslaughter is the lowest of all murder charges.
I think he doesn't require full charge, maybe in a minimum of less than a year, I personally think.
He's being prosecuted too heavily because even though he was the doctor in charge, it was Michael Jackson who basically overdosed himself.
Honestly, that's up to the judge, and I honestly don't know enough about the case for me to comment on his sentencing. I would have to know a little bit more about what he did, but if he truly deserves going to jail, then he should definitely go to jail. If not, then he should definitely be put on probation.
A jury found that Murray acted with criminal negligence and that his actions were a substantial factor in Jackson's death. Therefore, his crime constituted as gross negligence or misconduct causing death in an unlawful manner. This resulted in the lower charge.
There's not a lot of thoughts about it. I feel like it's kind of almost irrelevant at this point. Everybody needs a scapegoat as far as Michael Jackson's family. They need somebody to blame, I guess. But Michael Jackson led a pretty crazy life, as far as I'm concerned. All the surgeries he went through, I'm sure that had something to do with his health.
Although it is his responsibility as a doctor to make sure that his patients are not going to abuse the medicines that he prescribes, it still wasn't completely his fault.
Judge Past will analyse a range of factors before deciding how to convict Murray on November 29th. A major factor is whether he has a record of complaints with state medical boards. Presently, he has no disciplinary action against him prior Jackson's death. So, will this mean that he'll get the maximum 4-year jail time or a minimum probation period? Well, it will all be decided at the end of November. I'm Namrata Pingle. Back to you, Bella.
Stay informed by catching The Wire every Saturday on College Beat's Facebook page. Thank you for watching. I'm Bella Zingali.